getting a 6/6. And this deck is just pure amazingness. Like, look at those combos, everything is just working perfectly. I kinda played differently than I said before, but like, bro, look at this train. Like, this is magic, man. Oh, and we'll soon get the Overlord. As you can see, this type of deck just cannot compete with us. Like, we're getting so much more value than them. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today I'll be sharing amazing Orzhov that got me from 500 Mythic to top 300, and we had like 71% win rate or something like this, so the deck seems insane and it's extremely fun on top of this. So let's go into the deck. I know you want to just sit in action, so let's go through the important stuff. So basically, our value engine is Talent and Unholy Annex, and don't forget, Ritual Chamber, the other room, creates a token, so it triggers the talent. It can be copied, so you can have 1 mana 6/6 Flying Demon as a copy, and you can also use the buff, so it becomes an 8/8. So this one becomes extremely scary. The cool interaction is Overlord, so we create clutter, your opponent cannot easily attack you, and then you cast Sunfall, removing everything except the Overlord. Also, the token is usually big because you created 2 creatures that die. So you have nice interaction here. Kaya makes sure that you never die to your Annex, because she can just keep +2, and that means you gain 3 life a turn. So even if you don't have a demon, if your opponent is sneaky and kills it, it doesn't matter because you just dive game naturally. You also have carrot cakes, and with lay down arms you can absolutely destroy all those mouse scams, all this stuff that hates being exiled. So before we go into this epic gameplay, I want to say just a huge thank you to our absolute legend for today, John Booger. Really appreciate your support, man, and that you were here from, you know, start of the Patreon, and I hope you are still enjoying the content. This deck is for you, man. I hope you like it. So let's go into those games and have some fun. I really want to break... Oh, why would you not play a hero? Because they want the rescue. If we want more time, we need to get rid of this, because they will cast this into this. They took a little bit of risk, and they lowered the, you know, the tempo, but they wanted more value, and we broke their value basically. It also opens removal on the next turn, and they seem to be really scared to play it. That means we go Fortress. Oh boy, can we make it? Oh, this will be so close. A remake is pretty nice. Let's see if they have 1 mana thing. Nope. Nope. Alright guys, listen. If I go Talent right now, they will go absolutely ham on this turn. This will be like 6 damage at least. I could also go Cake into Remake and try to play a normal game with, you know, not crazy value. I think it's better. I think it's better. Slower but more reliable. A land. Probably we will take a double white, double black. That's good. Yeah, we need to keep progressing to Sunfall. They probably won't expect 1 mana instant removal, and that's our, you know, advantage. Dread will hurt. It will be a creature, they will pump it, so we need to be ready with Sunfall soon, basically. That will be their full turn. And this will definitely give them a lot of issues. Even though they get the card, they lost Shelter by Ghost, they don't get a huge trigger from the mouse death, and the Scavenger will get some counters, so that's the biggest problem right now. 1 damage. Oh, it won't even get... Oh boy, man, we are maybe doing good. This will definitely not be great for them. It is a lot of stats in the board, in different, you know, different cards, so it's not easy to answer with 1 removal. They actually play like 4 removal in the whole deck. Sometimes they play Shock as well. This is like non-meta version, kinda. I think Etali's Favor is a little bit worse version. Alright, I mean, we have flat. Man, we won the game already. Man, this deck is amazing. Like, look at this, they cannot even attack us. Like, what can they do? Yep, not even close. And now we can start getting value of the talent, while also getting tokens. Man, they cannot do anything against us. And you know what? I actually think we go for level 2, because there's no way they're breaking through us. Like, we don't need too much value. We just need the normal value. And don't forget, when they go white and try to add... Man, they didn't even hit us during the whole game. Man, this deck is amazing. Like, man, we are playing against tier 1 and they feel hopeless. A trample. A little bit of trample. Mouse. A double strike. So that will be out of nowhere. 10 damage, right? That's how it works. Are we... Oh, we are already in the combat phase. Alright. Oh, it's not a mouse. Alright, it gives double strike only to mouse. So, let's keep playing this. And this is the moment when you really want to Sunfall them. So we will make an interesting play. Do they have haste on anything? Yes, but they won't be able to deal enough damage. We only go with this to look that we are trying to do something reasonable, so maybe they won't block. They will. Good job, good play. That means they probably expect Sunfall. And that's the cool part with the Overlord, because as you can see... alright. Let's see what they get. Oh, that was exiled, of course. Enchant creature. Alright, never mind. It's not a death trigger, it's enter the battlefield. They already got the value. So that's the cool part about the Overlord. You use it, you get the board, then you sweep the board, and then you get a real board. And your opponent just lost everything. So this is a good play. Challenger is one of the ways this deck can absolutely recover from basically everything. However, we are getting some really good value. And here's our token. Man, this is so amazing. Like, look at this stuff. We go for the demon, and because it's a token, we are drawing card. Hopefully a land that is untapped. Untapped. Close. Shuffler, oh my god, this card just wins games. Alright, and now we have 12 toughness and basically a 12 drop. So even red 2-drops won't be able to break it, right? So they are drawing a card, double striking the challenger, and let's see if they hit Monstrous Rage, which is what they want. Well, not really. So that means not much value on the combat phase. They probably won't even attack. And I mean, at this point they can absolutely scoop. We will start attacking with Overlord, making creatures, and we can copy this with another talent for 4 mana. Oh man, here we go. Oh, this is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Let's start with the cake. Or no, we can just go with the talent. This way we get value, while also getting a 6/6. And this deck is just pure amazingness. Like, look at those combos, everything is just working perfectly. So we can kill one of them. They want to target one of them. See ya. Enjoy your life total. And I think we'll actually block with most of... I guess we are creating tokens with this one, right. But we still want them. So we have a lot of toughness for tramplers, and we have a lot of different creatures to block the, the clutter. They don't need to block, there's no way. Honestly, they won't win, probably. I think their hope is that they can give double strike to something, and by something I mean the challenger, so theoretically they can pump it to like 15 power and go through literally everything we have. Or they can just rope in high mythic. I think this is a your go situation. Like, well, what's up, bro? And I think that's apparent, icon for the game. So our opponent is absolutely unhappy with the result, it seems, and they will probably rope on their turn as well. We keep get lost so we can kill the double striker. If they rope again, we'll just cut the video again. Alright, they're back. Maybe they just got disconnected, Right now they're playing normally. This is a very good draw. However, it won't work if your creature died. So they can draw some lands, however they cannot draw another card right now, except this one from the, from the mouse. But that's it, and they cannot go through 12 toughness. That's why the demons are so great here. So they will get double strike and trample with 10 power. They can buff it to even higher, so they can actually get, oh my god, this was the card they loved. They would love to just play. So they are going for 14 damage. And I'll tell you, man, that's still not enough to beat us. Yeah, it seems like disconnect, so, it happens. Happens to the best of us. So this is 14 damage. We can kill this and just go for, you know what? I don't care. Just 14 damage, bro. It's like nothing basically. We can also unlock the thing. So we just face tanked and still won. Well, the Shuffler got us again. Alright, this will be the weirdest opening ever, but maybe we can Demolition Field and start changing those into court mana. It will be super slow, but I hope we will get enough time to recover from this abysmal draw. Alright, probably Unholy Annex I would guess, but talent is still very threatening for them, so it's not an easy choice. Maybe they go with the talent just because this life drains, but we'll see. It seems that our opponent also has a pickle. Alright, they went with the talent, that's fine. Unfortunately, our opponent only plays basics, so that might be an issue for us. I really want some non-basics, bro. Alright. I mean, at least they don't need to care about removal. Now it's Annex. This is 100% Annex. I will lay down arms, just to, you know, confuse our opponents just a little bit. But Annex is just a perfect hit. Alright, so they decided they can kill us before we use the value from this, which is a risky strategy, but maybe it will work, but generally we should be able to answer a lot of creatures. Sure. I mean, they can Duress all they want. Right now I'm getting card advantage anyway, so if they go 1 for 1, they will always lose in the long term. I mean, it's talent, right? Why would you go for Kaya? Like, we are at 4 mana, it's so far from 7 mana. I'm even not sure if it will matter at all. Right, I honestly think we will discard the Overlord, potentially. And we are starting to get our value, so we might get the Demon on the next turn, potentially. So if I play this room, I will take this damage. It's still very relevant for us, but I think we can take this one hit. Alright. We will discard a card, just to make sure. We have a lot of cards here. And I honestly will discard Kaya myself. She is not important here. Yeah, it's so tempting to go for this one. Right now we cannot cast any of them, but I hope we will draw a random land and that will be enough. Or not. Oh, this is such a draw. Our opponent is mana screwed, we are mana screwed, and we are color screwed on top of this. You know, just magic in full glory right now. But I'll be honest, we are in a way better situation. Even if they can recover and start playing creatures. And this is not great for them. They don't know about Not On My Watch. However, we can use it later. Because if I draw correct land, I can play one of those, and it's way better to go for one of those than just keep removal. See? That's a really big deal. Oops, that's not the one. That's the one. We need double black for the chamber. We will get there, don't you worry. And we are getting more and more card advantage. And with Carrot Cake, we don't care about life total as much as, you know, as before. Yeah, I think this is the point where they are breaking. They just don't have enough to fight our deck right now. I can even try to tax them with Chamber. Yeah, this is great. Oh, I can just play this one. Why wouldn't we play a new one? Man, this is so cool. Like, this is amazing. And because they are tapped, we are actually life gaining on this turn. We have only 2 planes right now. Do I want to attack? Sure, of course. Alright, and let the draining begin. Alright, and we will soon get the Overlord. So as you can see, it took a while, but we fixed our horrible mana from the early game. And right now our opponent is in extreme trouble. They also need to kill this demon because we can unlock the second room, and that means 4 life drain per turn, and that's way more than they want. I don't think it will work. They really need to play a removal right now. If they cannot kill this, we are getting so ahead, so even if they remove 1 card, we are drawing 3 new on the next turn. So we will just basically flood them with value. Also, that's a weird target. I will go for lay down arms. Alright, so we will go with... we are guaranteed the demon for now. So I will definitely double Demolition Field here. And let's go for this one. Perfect. And now let's lay down arms. Oops, sure. Let's play the planes first. We don't need more. We get rid of this one. As you can see, this is such a good card. Not only it exiles, but it gives you like early game and mid game and late game. It's still a great card. And sure, I mean, why not, right? This is a token, by the way. Oh boy, they won't like it. Yeah, 1 damage is not a big deal. Alright, down to 9. Oh, and we'll soon get the Overlord. As you can see, this type of deck just cannot compete with us. Like, we're getting so much more value than them. And because of those rooms, we're actually going pretty hard. Alright! Alright, that's an interesting one. And they're also attacking. Alright. So we will take a lot of damage. Not on my watch is something that of course requires Shelly to attack. And let's go with this one. It's so interesting that they attack because I think they are dead. Right? We cannot amplify more, so let's just attack with everything. There's no Egandra, so let's not bluff with the small thing. Like, we are draining them 4, so they literally are dead right now. So yeah, that was about it. That's a lot of triggers. And they're at dance step, and this one is at the upkeep, so they actually die first, even without this being on the stack. Alright, that's a nice one. Oh boy, Mikasa. I think we played... I have no idea what the deck was. Let's keep it. This is an interesting one. We have a lot of ways to start the game, and then we can play the Overlord. Let's start with the cake, with Duress into cake, because we have decent curve. Let's try to mess their draw just a little bit. I think it's the deuce. This is the card they really want. Alright. Still, they will get probably a lot of value. Is that the poison? It kinda feels like poison, but I'm not sure if that's just the mirror control or a poison deck. And we want to keep playing planes. I'm not sure if they have any creatures. Sure, yep, yes, please. Yes, please. They need to draw counterspell in one of those cards, and now they have a tapland, so we know that they don't have it. And let's not show the Fountainport. Let's give them hope that maybe we don't have the play. Oh, it's Rona's Vortex, right. That's fine. Honestly, against talent, Dimir has some incredible issues. Like, they cannot answer this card, which means they need to fight your value, and very often they cannot. Deadly cover-up is something we need to take, watch for, because if they exile Kaya, it's a little bit harder for us. But I guess we also have Overlords. But if they get rid of Overlords and Kaya, then we might be in some trouble. Alright, we will go like this. We don't need Fountainport on this turn. Alright, if we target it, they will kill it, right? That's the play. And they have Demolition Field. That's something we need to be careful about. I think this is the play. There's no way they drew a counter spell. And we'll draw because those are tokens. No counter spells. No way you draw two of the cards. How they always draw the card that they need. Oh, I took calculated risk. It should work. It never does. Well, that was incredibly good for our opponent. Alright, it's fine. It's fine, Sloth. So they will go for Demolition Field. We can go Fountainport and draw a card. So let's go like this. This will make the play a little bit harder for them. Oh, and maybe we get some value, huh? Alright, they went with Rona's Vortex. We could actually just draw a card with this, but we don't need to. We actually don't need to. That's fine. And when at the end step they will do the thing, we'll draw a card with Fountainport. We could also go with Annex, but we're getting kinda the same value from the Fountainport. And we also tax their mana on the end step, so I think it's fine. And here's our card for the turn. I cannot believe that the only two cards, it was like, well, they don't run too many counter spells. The chance they drew it, it's just so low. Well, not low enough apparently. So we will try it again probably. We can also go with the Demon, but Demon has 0 converted cast, so this one hits them very well. They also have a Sweeper. They kinda want to cast anyway. We have Overlord in the graveyard. Do we want to attack? If they activate it, that's bad for them. So we can attack with fish. This damage actually really matters, especially with the tokens that we are getting. And I want to play as many overlords as possible because before they deadly cover up them from the deck. Alright, that's a good one. That's a good start. And we are doing more and more cards. Like we need 1 or 2 turns. Oh man, this is huge. We are doing extra cards. Okay, this is really big deal. And I would love to get additional turn before this happens. Okay, that's a very good sign. That's amazing. They don't know about Demon, by the way. Because that means they probably won't go for Deadly Cover-Up, because it makes no sense to play this first. And that means we play another Overlord, and I think we won this game. Like, we're just overwhelming them with value from every side. Overlord is basically 2-in-1. Talent, like, it's even more. Why would you cast the thingy? Alright. Good for them, good for them. That means they will get rid of the Overlords. I cannot exile my graveyard to prevent it. So we'll just play the Demon. No way they went with Fountain. No. What? Really? Okay, that's... I will just tell that I think it's a misplay. Like, straight up, I don't need Fountainport. So the assumption is that they can handle everything that is not a land. But it's wrong assumption, because we will just run them over very quickly. Dimir cannot keep up with this kind of pressure, because they need too many cards, and they don't have draw engine right now. Alright, I'll take my win. So, this one is nice. Let's go with the Backstreet, because we'll get the additional card. We don't need lands on this turn. We want this. And we have too many cards, so double chase won't do it. Alright, and we can pump the tokens on the next turn. So this is a big deal. We have 7 mana, so every Kaya that we'll draw can be instantly played for even faster relief. I think they will try to mill us, but it won't work, it's just too slow. They want to start pumping. Only 4 mana. I mean, let's play this. So 4 mana in total. We'll have 4 mana. Not a very good turn to cast it, to be honest. I think it's better to go Demon and Unholy Annex. Especially that they need to the turn to answer it, and then those will start, happening basically. I have double Annex, so I can be a little bit more wasteful. And we are still drawing cards. With 21 life we can go for a long time. Like, I cannot see them winning this game. Even with this amazing card, I don't think it will work anyway. And we'll cast the room right now. I think we can just afford to pay some extra life to get extra value, because they hope they can outvalue us, and I just don't see it happening. And soon the Overlords will start entering the battlefield. Yep, it just was a missed game plan in my opinion. They should deadly cover up Overlord, and then the Kaya would be their only problem, and they could keep counter spells for her. Alright, our opponent is going first. We have some nice opening, like we have 2 removal, we have sweeper, we have some card advantage, and we have a mono-red opponent that is fast and furious. I would love to have some lay down arms against this kind of stuff, but it's fine. So whenever you see them playing 1 land and thinking, that means they have multiple 1-drops and they're trying to count which one deals the most damage on the next turn. Which one is lethal on turn 2 basically. Alright, so this is our painful turn. Do I want the cake? I think on the draw in this situation it's too slow. We won't lay down arms, we won't removal, this kind of stuff. Or even lands. I think we will try to win with 6/6 Demon. Alright, here's the hero. Oh boy, it will hurt on the next turn. 4 damage, 6 damage total, but they used a lot of cards. Generally they should pump the hero. Oh boy, man, I have 2 lands and I'm nearly dead basically. Playing on the draw against Monolith is always fun experience. At least for someone, somewhere. So, our opponent wants to pump the hero, so the Swift Spear gets natural buff on this turn. And that means that the power is split kinda evenly, and this one gets extra, like it basically has double strike, so it has double scaling of Swift Spear. That's why you always want to buff the mouse. They know we probably have removal. And if they do nothing, I'm fine with it. If they pump. So if they pump this, we kill it. If they pump this, we exile it with not on my watch. Like, this is reserved for our mouse friend. And they decided they will just try to take it slow. We'll see. It might be a good strategy. It might be a bad one. I will actually discard with Bitter Triumph. Probably, to be honest, Sunfall is probably something we won't use. I cannot pay life, for sure. I think we just go with Annex, honestly. We don't want to kill the mouse with this card, because they can pump it in response with like Felonious Rage or this new one. They deal 5 damage and they have another creature. Interesting, why would you pump it? Oh, that means they have something with Death Trigger and they actually want to do it anyway. But this card doesn't use the power from the buff. So that's super, like, ultra greedy. It might work. It might work, as always. Like, as long as you play right, everything can work. What? I'll go with sorry. Maybe... I'm not sure what they meant. So, is that lay down arms? Yep. See ya. That's why the card is in the deck, and you can see how important it is. When we show priority during the you know what, I actually will play like this. I don't want them to know exactly what type of removal I'm playing. And sure, they would think there's no priority, but I think we just go with this. I think it's worth it. Alright, no priority. I don't think they have pump spells? What? So this was shock, so they didn't make a mistake. I thought maybe that was a mistake on their part and they went oops because, you know, they wanted to show that something went wrong. But with Overlord, our opponent is in some serious trouble. We will start with Demon, they cannot really kill it, and then we'll unlock the Annex so we can live gain. Oh boy. Listen, I'm going with it. They can power through, so we need to be careful. Do I want to start attacking them? Probably not. Our win con is Overlord just creating, you know, plenty of creatures. So if we can survive until this flips, and like one land and we unlock the Ritual Chamber, then we go Annex and we start live gaining and they cannot kill us. This is definitely a normal draw of Magic. Nothing special going on here. Alright, this will be a little bit risky. I kinda played differently than I said before, but like, bro, look at this train. Like, this is Magic, lad. Just a train of Overlords and insects and moths. And I think this might be it for our opponent. Alright, did they draw? They need Trample and Creature with Haste that gets pumped super nicely. With this, they are kinda out. This is 12 damage, so I think we... Oh, this one. That's the pile. I think we go 8 damage, they're at 9. 4 and... Yep, that's enough. That's exactly enough. So we kill them on the next turn, we have Overlord, we have Get Lost, and unfortunately we never drew the 5th land during this game, and the game will end with our furious mono-red opponent just queuing into another game, so he's on the play. Oh boy. When the sellswords are coming, you know that something bad will happen. So I still think we go like this. I don't think there's too much here. I think they will scoop now. Huh? Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, man, the Overlord train, just too much for them to handle. Alright, so this hand is not glamorous because it's super slow and we are on the draw. However, we have insane value if we can survive this abysmal early game. We basically don't do anything for first 4 turns, but then we do everything. So if we can survive, and honestly against mono black, I don't think they can do much against us. Let's go for the plains. I don't want to be too greedy. It should be good enough. I'll take her. You know, it's greedy play, but I think it's a good one. Kaya will become extremely powerful at some point in this game, and we don't have too many, so we don't, like, the next one can be on the, you know, last 3 cards in the deck, so we want to make sure that we draw her if we can. Alright, so Duress goes for the talent. Let's see if they can remove the other one. If they cannot, I think they will lose the game. Let's go for the caves. We are going with the talent, and they probably cannot remove the rabbit. You're a rabbit, right? Yep. Our opponent still needs to take his time. Alright, hopefully we can get some tempo in this game, and I don't mean mana costs. Annex, absolutely love it, my friend. It's interesting that we both play this card right now. Let's go Fountainport, and let's start getting some caves. Let's go like this, we will level class later. And now we can get card every turn. It's tempting to go for a land, but we should keep drawing them naturally. Demolition Field, probably not the most glamorous draw, but we'll take it. We'll activate the cake, so even the tokens actually matter a lot. They can go for the demon, but it won't be great for them, especially that we are drawing so many cards. It's kinda obvious that we should draw a removal, so that's probably a bad play for them. Rush of Dread already. I actually don't mind it one bit, man. I will go with the remake. Right now it's not super relevant and we should draw more. Our opponent only has basic, so we will just keep one land in case we don't hit it. This is a good draw engine, but we have our engine. So I think we can actually outvalue them while also pressuring really hard. I will take one go for the throat. Just because I need a removal for the demon. And we need to keep playing lands so Kaya can be activated. I think this is good, so we don't waste too much mana. Oh, I can already activate the whole thing. Yep. Oh man, this is huge, especially against the Annex deck. Like, this is so much damage, man. And suddenly, just like that, they are on the verge of dying on this turn. Oh man, that was huge. So if they go for Rush of Dread, they can only kill half of them. We have Kaya, but not yet. But in 2 turns we can drain 3 life. Yep. Annex actually didn't help them, it drains their life even faster, but even without Annex they will probably die to the tokens. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was such a fun deck to play. I'll be honest, like, I made the deck and it was like, yeah, it should work. But when I played with this, man, this is just so fun. You draw cards, you have a lot of decisions. Those overlords are so amazing because they create a lot of clutter and then they create even more clutter and they become your win con. And there's like this planning thing where you know whether it flips, so you probably want to Sunfall just before it flips. And you basically get, what, 12 mana of place on a single turn if you time it right. This breaks most of the decks and you have so much clutter that it's very easy to go for the whiteboard, so Sunfall hits everything. And don't forget, you instantly get this probably 5/5/6/6 token that draws you cards with talent instantly and you can start attacking with it. So man, this deck has so many options, and before we explore all of them, I want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. All of you guys really are making, you know, all of those things possible, so what can I say? I'm really thankful and thank you for caring about the channel. It is appreciated. And one of the cool things about, you know, the whole deck is just this Unholy Annex card that you realize probably by now that I absolutely adore. And the cool part is, if you have like Arena, if you draw it in the wrong spot, it does nothing because you don't want to drain your life. Here, you just treat it as a 5 mana 6/6 demon, and I'll be honest, you cannot go wrong with 5 mana 6/6. It's always great, and it always helps you, and it always trades against the card. And suddenly, the threat of Unholy Annex, you know, life gaining is always there. Every time they tap, you can punish it, and basically tax their next turn with, like, they must use removal on this demon because they are getting so much value. And the lethal with this deck comes really close because not only you have all of those overlords but also demons, and you can start draining them with Kaya on turn 7 already, and that's really scary. Normally you play control decks that deal 0 damage, so Kaya needs like 7 turns of +2 most of the time. That's not super scary, but if you add, you know, overlords, demons, all of this stuff, suddenly the damage stacks, especially with Caretaker's talent. And level 3, I don't know if we mentioned it, but we will now. It can pump the token with the demon. And the best part, they really want to get rid of all the demons so you don't get this Unholy Annex part. So if you start copying those demons with the talents, suddenly they have so much problems just with removing this, and it's not even the main problem because because you are still a control deck with plenty of value, with Sunfalls, with Kaya, with Robbery, and we only play one because I never want to like overdraw it. In this deck, it's more of a turn 15, turn 20 play. If you think that your opponent will just mill you, basically, you steal their 15 cards and you are ahead and they will explode. So that's how you use the card. It's more of a sneaky play, unless you are, under pressure and you need to use it to hit a land or something. But then it's okay. It was useful then. So I really like the deck. Oh, right, stats. You want the stats. I kind of wanted to start with it. So we went, I think, 5 wins, 2 losses, which in a really high Mythic that we are in right now, like top 300, 400, is kind of crazy. And you know what? I think we talked enough for today. I hope you like the deck, and yeah, we will just wrap it up. So thank you guys for watching. You are really appreciated, and I'm so happy that you are here and you're enjoying the video. So thank you for that. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.